If all we have is time, then we'll be alright. It's not love, but it's better than dreaming.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. I hope you guys are having an awesome day so far. If you are, smash a like on this video. I don't know, you know, whatever. I'm having a good day so far. We are right now, it's a little bit later in the day. It's like 2 o'clock. I was up super late last night, so I slept in a lot today. Bad, but yeah, whatever else. Doesn't matter. Work needs to be done when work needs to be done. Alright, so to start off this day right now, I've already had breakfast, but I got myself a nice bottle of water. As Claudia says, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, it's important. And also these like pork crunch things from MyProtein. 22 grams of protein, which means 22 grams of gains. It actually stands for 22 gains, not that's not grams, it's gains. Yeah. So, we're gonna head to Kilmore Skate Park today. It was a skate park. I've only been in like one other video, I believe, and that was a while ago. So, we're gonna go there. I'm gonna show Scotty that park. I reckon we just transition straight there because it's literally 20 minutes away. We're gonna be there in like 2 seconds. Let's go. Alright, so, we're at Kilmore Skate Park now. Show them around the little place. It's not much, honestly. There's just kind of like a half pipe and a bunch of little objects. It's got a fair bit of like objects and stuff. It's just very small. But for today's video, I've decided to do something that's requested very, very often, and that is a trick tutorial. So I'm gonna do a couple of these trick tutorials in the next couple of months, but we're gonna start off with the most simple trick there is, and that is a tail whip. Well, the most simple trick there'd be like a 1-footer or a one-hander. As far as what I consider to be an actual trick, a tail whip is the most simple, and it's the first trick pretty much everyone learns. It's either a tail whip or a bar spin. So we're gonna go over a couple of different steps. I'm not gonna do it literally step by step. I'm just gonna show you guys exactly like the best way to do it and how I think you should learn to do it. So I guess it is gonna kind of be in steps. I'm contradicting myself. I'm tired, whatever, just leave me alone. Anyway, let's get right into it, and then I'll show you guys a couple of examples of how when you learn tail whips, how you can progress from them, mix them up, do them on different objects, whatever else. Let's go. Alright, so step 1 to learning a tail whip. Now, biggest mistake people make is when they're trying to do tail whips and stuff, don't know how to do the motion. Oh my god. Dude, that thing, like, I thought that was coming straight for your head. I was like watching it, just, oh my god. Alright, so they don't know how to do the motion. This is one thing I preach to everyone, and not just for tail whips, just for every trick ever. I even preach this to like older riders, like more experienced riders, when they want to learn how to spin a certain trick. For example, if you wanted to learn how to spin a kickless bri flip, I would recommend literally just doing this. Like, do this like 50 times a day. Seriously, and just learn how to do the motion, learn how to like actually spin it properly. Same thing with the tail whip. One thing I recommend to people is if you're at home just chilling, don't do this inside because your parents aren't going to like you doing this inside, and I don't want you guys to break something. Go out to your garage, go out the front, whatever else, and just sit here and spin your scooter like this. Just do this. The tail whip is basically all in the motion of your arms once it's already whipping. For it to begin with, it is a little bit in your feet, so if you see when I kick off here, it's a kick off and then it goes to my arms from there out. My feet are no longer doing anything. So I recommend going, this I guess you call it step 1, go into your garage, go out to the front, whatever, with your scooter and just do this for a long time. I can't do that for much longer. I hit arms yesterday. I'm a bit sore. So, alright, so I guess you can call that step 1. Practice the whips, practice the motion of the trick that you want to try. This doesn't just apply for tail whips, it applies for every trick you want to do. Same thing with bar spin, same thing with kickless. No, I guess you can't really do it with a no-hander.
T-bar kicklesses?
Yeah. Let's go on to step number 2, and that would be make sure you can bunny hop high enough to be able to do something like this. So a lot of the people, like this is another thing a lot of people do, is they want to learn tail whips and stuff, but they haven't practiced bunny hopping on flat enough, or they haven't practiced airing out of a ramp enough, so they're unable to even do the tail whip because they're not experienced enough to be able to jump out and just land as a normal bunny hop, or just jump on flat ground like just like this. That was a good bunny hop, wasn't it? Yeah, it was solid. That was like 100 feet high. We have to put a fisheye for that one. Yeah, you probably cut me out because I went too big. But that is one thing that definitely I feel like a lot of people need to practice more of before going into just straight up doing crazy tricks. Because one of the things like that I see very often is there's a lot of riders that can throw insane bangers, but they never learned the basics, and that becomes a problem later on because they can't land the tricks that they're trying to do because they don't know how to just do the basics of it. For example, like they never learn how to do a bar whip, but they'll be chucking like a bar whip, but because they never learned the first initial stages of that, it's way harder for them to land it. They'll land it first go if they had to practice that, but That is literally another thing that's very important, and it's just kind of mixing those first two together, and then step 3. All right, so step number 3. Right now, I'm going to show you guys an important thing is to find your obstacle of where you're going to do it, and when you're learning it, try to keep that consistent. So you don't want to go from trying it on flat to trying it down a 20-foot drop. That is not going to work for you. But for example, if you find that you can spin it on flat ground, like you can do the whip and you're getting to like here, and you feel like you just need that little bit more height, you can try it off of something like this, like a little obstacle, maybe like a 1-foot drop, 2-foot drop, something like that. Because
put your scooter next to it. Show them how small it is.
It's only small.
Like up to your head tube, your clamp height.
Yeah. You don't want to go to the extreme and just try something like huge, because that's not going to work. Like you don't want to, you know, if you go down that and you don't know how to catch the tailwhip, you don't know how to do it properly, it's not going to help you learn it because you don't really know how to do it. So the 3 places I would recommend you guys trying to do this trick first would most certainly be like out of off a curb, or out of a curb, or out of a bank is very, very good to do it on. I find that a lot of younger riders, or a lot of people that are just starting out riding and stuff, don't really know how to fly out too well, and that becomes a problem because they're always leaning too far back. One of the biggest tips I always give this, I don't know how many times I've told people this, is to lean a little bit more forward when they're doing tricks, because especially when coming out of a quarter, you're at nearly like a 90-degree angle sometimes, like depending on the quarter, like your body's already like this, and then you gotta lean forward. You have to level yourself out or the tricks won't work. So that, and also, or flat ground as well, is something that's very good. If you can learn how to pop high enough, and you can learn how to jump, that's why I say practice doing bunny hops and stuff. So practice going from, like a bunny hop like this, practice, get a bit higher, a little bit higher. And just keep going and going, and that is eventually going to help you get that height you need to be able to do a bunny hop. Because when you do off a ledge, you still have to bunny hop. You can't just do this.
That's how I go off.
So did that work?
Yeah.
I was trying to tailwhip then, honestly. I actually was going to try and spin it, but it didn't work.
Wow, tailwhip trick tutorial, can't tailwhip.
Tell me. But yeah, they're some of the most important steps to learning a tailwhip. Not so much steps to learning a tailwhip, but it's more so what's going to help you, assist you to actually get the tailwhip and be able to do it. Because it's one thing to be able to spin it, to show you guys how to spin it is very, very simple. I'll break it down right now very quickly. So when you're jumping up, what you want to do is you want to kick it with both your feet. It's going to be kick, catch, boom. It's actually very, very simple. But here, kick, use your wrists to bring it around, and your arms, bring it underneath you. Some people like to kick it with 2 feet, some people like to kick it with 1, their front, their back. It all comes down to personal preference, guys. With this type of stuff, you have to it's trial and error. You have to keep doing it for yourself and just learn what works for you, because that's what's important.
What works for you, Maddie?
What works for me? I think I just do it with both feet.
You catch back foot.
I catch, let's go into a whole other thing, but also catching a tailwhip is very important before you move on to doing tricks with the tailwhip.
Or even a double whip.
Yeah, and a double whip, yes. I prefer to catch back foot, or sometimes both feet, really depending on what I'm doing. I never catch front foot, I think that's death, but it's up to you guys if that's what works for you. I would recommend not. It will make your tricks a lot harder in the future. I hope that kind of helps you guys out a little bit. We're going to do some different tailwhip tricks and different stuff on different obstacles now. Esketti spaghetti. Once you progress on tail whips, you can then start adding tricks on them like you've just seen. So you can start doing them out of rails, you can start doing them out of feebles, taps, off of ledges, into ledges, whatever, not into a ledge, up a ledge. You can also start adding more whips to a single tail whip. So you can do double whips, you can do triple whips, quad whips, quint, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how you can also add it into combos. So I'll show you an example of a whip combo. We're going to do a tail whip bar spin. Alright, so there's another couple of variations you can do with the tail whip. There's like a bri whip, and then a whip front late whip. So you can, once you progress, that's when you want to start doing those type of tricks. You don't want to try and jump into that stuff too early because it is going to mess you up in the future. You might be able to spin the tricks, but you'll probably most likely never be able to land them, and that's a problem. So you want to just take it slow. Progression will come. Just remember to always have fun while you're doing it as well, because you'll progress a lot quicker if you're having fun. Anyways guys, that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you did enjoy. I hope it helped you out just a little bit. I know there wasn't like a whole ton of writing or nothing, but just kind of showing you guys exactly how to do tail whips and stuff. But that's the whole purpose of the vid. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. Become a part of the Volofam. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.